And we are here with a very, very special guest. Welcome, Elizabeth Greenberg from the Coastal Discovery Museum.
Thank you for having me on.
We are so excited. This is your first time on the show.
It is. It's my first time.
It is.
I've seen the show, though.
With so much to talk about, which is so exciting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's jump right in to the museum's signature event. This is a can't-miss event to benefit the Coastal Discovery Museum, Cocktails and Camellias. Let's talk about it, ladies.
Yes. So several years ago, when I first visited the museum, I walked through the Camellia Garden and I said, there should really be an event in here called Cocktails and Camellias. And fast forward, and last year,
You're so creative.
well, I like
so
cocktails,
lucky.
and I love the Camellia
Camellias.
Garden. So that's one of the most special. It's really one of the most special things on the island.
Yes.
We have over 135 different varieties of camellias, and they bloom from October through March.
Okay.
And right now through January, February is really prime season.
So JR and I went last year.
Yes.
It was the first
To this event.
ever Cocktails
Yes.
and Camellias. And what was so exciting was the number of different varieties you have is magnificent. And in January, if people don't realize, camellias are in full bloom.
See, I didn't even know that.
And
Yes,
like
yes.
you said, October to February, but January is
It's
so,
really
so beautiful.
prime.
And JR's parents, Mamas and Big Daddy, loved camellias so much. And so in their yard on South Caledonia Cay, they had every type of camellia. And it was so emotional for JR and me because he recognized, he knew the names, he knew the Latin names. But it's so beautiful. Y'all have done such a glorious job. So talk about weaving through the Camellia Garden.
Yes, so it's on January 31st. So for anybody doing dry January, it is a perfect end to
I
dry
love
January.
that.
No excuses about
Right.
not drinking in
Right.
January. So
I'm a dry January person.
I'm dry January
Me
too,
too,
so that'll be fun.
5 o'clock on January 31st, you can break your
It's
dry
over.
January.
Right, yeah.
So from 5 to 8, so at 5 o'clock it's still light out at that time of
Yeah.
year, so you have an hour that you can get a cocktail, walk through the Camellia Garden. Wendy, who is our master camellia
Expert.
expert
Yes.
at the museum, will be there. She talks to people if you have questions about different camellias. So you can learn a little bit about the camellias if you want. If you don't want, you can stay in the pavilion and just drink and eat. And then as it gets dark, come back to the pavilion. Sprout Mama is doing the food, and I just met with them
They've
about.
done such a great job.
Yeah,
That's
I
wonderful.
met with them about the menu, and we're doing something different this year. It's going to be really fantastic. So
Great.
plenty of food, and then
mixology.
cocktails.
I want to
Yes.
talk
So
about
I
the
come up-
cocktail maker.
Yeah.
So
I
if
just-
y'all don't know Elizabeth and Rex, they love mixing cocktails.
And they are
good,
adorable.
and they're
Good
really
cocktails.
good at it
Yes.
too.
Yes.
It's kind of one of your hobbies,
It is.
right?
Yeah, it
And
is.
so you're going to be curating this amazing cocktail list.
Yes.
Any hints you can tell us?
I have a few that are on the list right now. What I would say is that I like to make sure that you're getting different flavors, different glassware. So we bought all vintage glassware for this party, and
I
we
love that.
continue
Oh,
to do that. So the bargain box is our friend.
Yeah,
Every
reuse.
day at
So-
Coastal Discovery Museum. I mean, I have loved every exhibit that you have put together.
Thank you.
But this Aldwyth exhibit is really over
Yeah.
the top.
There's this is a really special exhibit. She's lived here since 1967. She moved here on a boat with her husband and 3 little boys and lived at Harbor Town on a boat, refinished the boat while she was there. And so she is a fascinating woman and just an amazing artist. So Aldwyth sort of operates outside of the traditional art world, because she doesn't really care. If you like her work, she's so happy you like her work, and if you don't like her work, that's fine. Her life has been about art, and she does art for art's sake, and for her sake. So,
And we are so lucky to have such a gem of a human being and a creative live here.
So
she's
one of her sons, Joe Thomas,
yes,
is really like a member of our family.
Yes.
We've known him for 35 years, and he is so talented and so amazing. And so we in our family have just felt so fortunate to have watched her art through the years. She was on the round table.
Yes.
I mean, she was a
Yeah.
member of
Yes.
that group.
Yeah.
With all those Joe Bowler and George Plant and all
Walter
those.
Greer and
Walter
Kobe
Greer.
Whitmore.
Yeah,
Yes,
all those
all of
just
them. Yeah.
incredible artists that were on Hilton.
Yeah,
then.
and she jokes that her MFA was from the round table.
Oh, I love that.
I love that.
And
So
she has
Aldwyth is-
giant pieces. And just the level of her, like the way that she clips her art and the whole collage. And
so she started as a painter. I mean, that was really, you know, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, she was really only painting, and then she made this switch into doing bricolage, which you can think of as being 3D collage, essentially, you know, putting things
where
together.
she's putting things together.
And collage, and then starting to work on these massive scale collages.
Right.
So this exhibition is really special because it's the full range. We have pieces from when she was 18, you know, her first pieces that she's making in school, and then through, you know, a couple years ago.
And tell everybody how long the exhibit.
Yeah, so this one's up, you know, usually my sort of fall winter exhibit is like the big exhibit of the year, and so we keep it up a little bit longer. So this is up through March 23rd, and I do quickly want to talk about two events. So on January 16th, we do a Discovery Night series at the museum, and this is the Aldwyth Discovery Night. So and then on February 11th, we're bringing down Olympia Stone, and so she's a filmmaker. She's going to come. We're going to screen the movie at the museum.
Great.
Popcorn and wine, and then a Q&A with Olympia.
I really appreciate your time with us today, and we'll be right back.